So listen, my friend, you've done this survey and you go around the different nations involved in the Six Nations. And is there a big difference, or what have you learnt from people's attitudes towards sex?
I learned people's attitudes towards sexuality, towards sexual health of themselves and of other people, very much varies, because we surveyed 6,000 people. We wanted to keep it on the number of six, and it revealed the attitudes and the acceptances are very, very different. And I feel that one thing that I found when we did this survey with the Tackle HIV campaign, which I lead with the partnership with Viva Healthcare and Terence Higgins Trust, what I realised is people are more understanding and more knowledgeable about other sexualities or around sexual health. Yeah, when it comes to themselves, they're not proactive in maybe testing themselves. They understand the importance of staying sexually healthy and well, but they're kind of afraid to go and test themselves, which again then creates this understanding that there's a stigma, that there's a misunderstanding around sexual health. For instance, a lot of people felt they didn't need a sexual health check because they didn't fall into a category that would be at risk of maybe, say, HIV, because they were heterosexual. And so many people assume that people who are affected by HIV are only gay, bisexual men or Black African men, Black African women. And the reality is very different, because even this year, this has been the first time in 10 years that there's been more new infections of HIV in people who are heterosexual than there are of gay or bisexual men. So it's understanding that, so much of what we did with Tackle HIV was based mainly within the UK, but it's understanding it was a great opportunity around the Six Nations to spread that and to realise that, beyond the borders, there's still stigma. Beyond the borders, as well within our own borders, there's a lot of misunderstanding as well.
And you know what, there's so much misunderstanding, perhaps arguably within the sport. I mean, you have played such a unique role in speaking out openly, first of all, as being gay, openly having been diagnosed with HIV so bravely. We've still got a long way to go, though, within the sport. It's very macho, isn't it?
Yeah, listen, I think some people think that when they look at rugby and say, well, Gareth Thomas was able to be open about his sexuality in rugby, so it's okay. Like, I'm one person out of many, many people. So when we look at sport in general, and I think when we realise within sport, as I'm sure Eamon knows, who loves this sport, sports people are some of, if not the most influential, powerful people in this world. Like, when they talk, when they say things, people listen. Yet when we look at what is it now, we're in 2022, and we can't really sit here and say that we can name like maybe 5, maybe 10 openly gay, male or female, top sports people play active in this sport right now, in any sport all over the world. And when we talk about equality, if we can't name them, understanding the platform that these people have, if we don't know who they are because they aren't there, then the reality is that within sport, there's still a problem. But because we have, there was myself, we have Tom Daly, we have other people who are very much, one-off, then we feel that sport is in a good place and sport is okay, but it's not. It still needs an injection of equality and an understanding of what equality is.